Welcome back to One Piece Anime Re-Review Part 30B. This one covering episodes 505 to 516. Yes, the last 12 episodes of this arc. Pretty much it's like a lot of stuff happening in these particular episodes. Like we have... Well, before I get to the Straw Hats, let's briefly touch upon where some of them basically are doing. We have, well... I'll get the Trafalgar Law because his basically stuff is with Luffy. We have Captain Kidd going to some random island and come across some people who just... And of course, here's the thing. Thanks to Whitebeard's death, the whole world is in turmoil because pirates are going crazy because the One Piece exists. And we do see jewelry, but we see the Blackbeard pirates. Technically, this is the last time you see them in this look for them. Now, they still have the raft, which is their ship, which they still have. Despite that post time skip, they get a big upgrade and big expansion of the crew. So, basically it's revealed that Blackbeard has taken over pretty much all Whitebeard's territory. Because Whitebeard's gone, so take over our territory. All the territories had except for one. Yeah, there's actually one bit of territory of his that actually went to a different emperor. I'll discuss that when I discuss Fishman Island. Now, in the case of Blackbeard, he's seen, well, him and his crew are chowing down at some island, looks like it's on volcanic ruins, and he basically is like, says like, where's Navy? And thinking of a Navy ship, because they want to get another ship, ship anyways. And the reward is basically handing over Jewelry Bonte. And he wanted to make her his woman. She says no, after she kicks him in the groin. And then his sniper, who spots Navy ship, but they're not going to give him a Navy ship because the ship is commanded by Akainu. Yes, the very same man who killed Ace. So he come across Jewelry Bonte, and, well, that's last scene for a bit. Now Buggy reunites with his crew. His worshippers basically refer to Kabaji and, Kabaji and the other, I can't remember the other guy's name. But it was Brother and, of course, Richie. And Alvida, it's like, oh, Buggy gives Alvida the Iron Man Luffy game back in Impel Down. It apparently had his pocket the whole period of time. Like, oh, Captain Jum's Iron Man. One step closer to Captain Jum's treasure. Awesome. And of course, well, they mention what Luffy's got up to. I'll get to that. And Mr. 3 comes in and says, oh yeah, you got this letter via bat. What is in the letter? I'll reveal that right now. Basically, the world government offered Buggy a position as a warlord. A position he had up until very recently. Yeah. They actually, in the second time, when they had abolished the whole Seven Warlord system, he's like, oh crap. Though he's not revealed to be a warlord until the Zoo Island arc. Though technically, his next chronological appearance after this arc wraps up actually is in the special 3D4Y. Ace's Faithful Promise to Friends. Yeah, that takes place halfway to the time skip. I'll discuss that in a later video. Probably one of the last things I'll discuss for the rewatching the dub. Let's see. Okay, now let's discuss Law. He basically he's there waiting for Luffy to get back for when he's rampaging in the jungle. And then Rayleigh shows up. Yes, he apparently took a ship to Amazon Italy, but his ship was sunk by a Sea King, so he swam the rest of the way. And of course, Beppo was like, Dark King Rayleigh, Go Roger's first beat. You're a living legend. And Rayleigh appreciates the respect that Beppo gives him. So, with him show up, I guess the Heart Pirate's like, let's just leave. And of course, when Luffy sees Rayleigh, he's like, oh, hi, Rayleigh. And of course, Hancock gets there. It's like, Apparently, it's revealed that Rayleigh was the one who picked up Hancock after she escaped from Mary Jo and, of course, returned Amazon Lily. Yeah, he was one founder. And so he comes up with a really stupid idea for Luffy to do, along with Jinbei. Their plan is to break into Marineford to cause some ruckus, and, well, basically he's offered, and they don't mention it here, but he offers to train Luffy for 2 years in hockey. Yep, 2 years of hockey training. Then go to the island to the final episode. In case you're a little curious, though, what actually happened during this particular training, well, that's been somewhat explored in a couple of different story arcs. Yeah, they kind of hint at this in Punk Hazard, but mostly what happened during the time skip, they actually kind of explored this during Whole Cake and Wano, where they explored exactly what kind of training that Luffy went through during the time skip. This was mentioned now and again. Mostly they have in full flashback what happened with him during the time skip. There's not mention of him battling what happened in the special, which I do believe that's still canon, but that probably basically took like a day off from schedules to take care of this. Yeah. So they break into Marineford, and before you see what happens next, we see all the Straw Hats' reactions. First, we see Chopper's reaction, where he had resolved the situation between the birds and the humans on the island he was on. So basically, they go back to Sabaody, and they get the paper. And he's like, what the heck is this? And then we see Robin's reaction. Well, first she's offered to go to see Dragon, but she turns it down. But then she was like, okay, I'll go see Dragon now. And what about the other ones? Well, Usopp, who's still on the island basically with the plants, tries to run away because, well, go to Luffy. But he's massively obese. And then we get second paper. He realizes, though, yeah, I should probably stay here and train and probably lose all this weight. So, and he basically asks Herculin to train him. And Herculin's like, he mentions, though, he's a good warrior, he's a damn good fighter. He's like, okay, sure thing. Of course, Chopper, he goes back to the island, and he goes back to the island, he basically learns all the medicine plants, plus him look good stronger. In the case of Robin, she basically stays outside a lot of the time, and that explains her skin tan post-time skip. Nami tries to escape the Sky Island, the Werepia, but she fails, and then she was in jail, and then she gets another paper. It's like, oh, I'll stay. I need a house, I need stuff like that. And she also asked the guy to train her to basically how the weather is in the new world. Okay. These are simple enough. Sanji. Oh boy, this is quite interesting for him. He basically tried to run away, and all of a sudden, a Navy ship comes to shore. Who's on the ship? Ivanko! Yep, he's here. Though he's in his female form. And at first, he does not believe Sanji is a member of Luffy's crew. Takes him convincing eventually, yeah. So, at first, he's like, no, and then all of a sudden, after he lost his fight with Ivanko, he sees the paper. He realizes, oh, yeah, I'll stay here and train, and I'll take your scrolls. And the first one happens to be the Substitute Queen, Caroline. Yes, on the island of transvestites. Okay. And that's his training. Let's see. Before I get to Zoro I'll get to last. For Brook, he is taken by the Long Arm tribe. Yes, and it turns out people with Devil Worshippers are actually short-armed. Okay, so they take him captive and they try to basically auction him off. Well, not actually auction him, basically show him off. And through his paper, he just takes out a guitar and starts singing and decides he's going to basically stay there and train. Zoro, oh boy, Zoro. He tries to leave but keeps getting beaten by the baboons. And then he goes to Mihawk and says, train me. To do what? Kill you. He's like, really? You want me to train me? You want me to train you to kill me? He's like, yep. And he's like, Alright, but I'm not your personal trainer. The monkeys are. And your first task is defeat this monkey. Yeah, apparently these monkeys actually copy human traits, human abilities. They copy their weapons. And apparently this top monkey, who's the head monkey of the whole island, copies Hawkeye Mihawk, except he has a white sword instead of a black sword, and that's his trainer. What actually happened to Marineford? So basically, we have Rayleigh, Jinbei, and Luffy steal a Navy ship. Oh, go through the gate of justice like normal, like nothing's wrong. And then, of course, they open fire on him, and of course, they all see who's on the ship. They keep referring to Jinbei as a traitor despite the fact he resigned from the Warlords. Yeah, he resigned. Yet they keep referring to him as a traitor, which makes no freaking sense. He doesn't work for you anymore. He resigned. So then, after being some Marines, and of course, Rayleigh once again acts because he wasn't here before. He actually probably missed the War of the Best. He probably would love to get involved with that. So Luffy rings the Ox Bell, rings it 16 times, explained by Killer with Lys's kid, that basically 8 times to start a new year, an extra 8 just for good luck. And Luffy rings it 16 times. And then he goes to the ditch that basically Whitebeard formed when he separated this crew from the Navy. He just basically tosses some flowers down, and he puts his hand in his chest, and look at the reporters there. Yep, the reporters, one of whom basically is following Luffy since Alabasta, and they note his tattoo on his arm, where it says 3D, 2Y, and 3D is crossed out. It's a message for his crew, and also, I forgot to mention Frankie. He did survive an explosion in Vegapunk's lab, which apparently Vegapunk is, his vengeance are so sacred, even if you sneeze on him, you go spend time in prison. Like, what? Are these Marines so freaking stupid that, oh, they're going to prison for sneezing on the invention of Vegapunks? Okay? And of course, well, Frankie does survive the explosion, though he gets most of his skin burned off, though he's perfectly fine. He kind of reminds me of the Terminator. When he comes with the fire, it's like, okay. Of course, he's here, it's like, Roger that, boss. Yay, first Luffy as boss instead of captain. Or simply Luffy. And the people there are like in scared face, like, okay, fine. I'll put this tiger thing on me so you won't be afraid. He's like, okay, I'll stay here and I'll rebuild myself with some fancy new weapons. And don't worry, I will discuss basically what he looks like post-time skip when I discuss post-Stab Odie. And then Luffy goes to train. And of course, Hancock wants to spoil him. Rayleigh's like, no, what's he off on the island? Though she does give him something for one of the days he's there. And they show off basically the fact that the very forms of hockey is Conqueror Spirit, Observation Hockey, and basically Armored Hockey, which he does mention some people who knows how to use it. And Rayleigh's like, yep, you're exactly right. He mentions the whole thing with the Conqueror's Hockey. He mentions that when he first saw when he did it at the auction house. And apparently, and according to Rayleigh, Luffy does have it, but it's not exactly automatic. You're not trained to use it. Basically, you have to train to control it, but you have to basically hold before you can use it for a while. Let's see, anything else? No, I think that's pretty much it. Great set of episodes. A lot of setup for basically post-time skip. A lot of it. Yep. Also, Pentra is still bandaging up Zoro's wounds, and she's constantly worried about him. Why the heck would a rival pirate worry about Zoro? I have no idea. The thing is, here's the interesting thing when it comes to Pentra. Pentra is 4 years older than Zoro. I would not be surprised if it's later revealed that she developed the hots for him. Like if she fell in love with him. Which, that would be quite strange. That apparently Zoro gets himself a girlfriend, aside from Luffy. That would have been hilarious, but they never really delved into exactly of their relationship. It's just like, oh, he just finds her annoying because she's a ghost girl. Of course, Hawkeye Mihawk does not refer to her as a ghost girl. Hawkeye, when he returns, like, Runner Zoro, what are you doing here? He's like, what are you doing here? He says, I live here. And of course, he also have with Luffy, of course, trying to get away. And that sort of stuff happens. Yeah, but not much else to say about these episodes. Fantastic. Can't wait to discuss Return of Sabaody. I was thinking of doing Boss Luffy next, but I figured though, I'm getting pretty close to wrapping up these episodes. Why not just save Boss Luffy and, like, the special I was going to do after this? I'm going to save those at the end of when I run out of Dev episodes. I'll discuss those. So, with basically part 31, I will be discussing Return of Sabaody, 32, Fishman Island, and 33, which will be the last of the parts for now, until whenever they start releasing a video. And that will be Punk Hazard. Yes, Punk Hazard. And that will be it. Basically about 4 more parts. Actually, no. Punk Hazard will be part 34 because 33 will be Z's Ambition, which comes between Fishman Island and Punk Hazard. Yep. And I'm very much looking forward to discussing Punk Hazard. And what exactly some stuff explain happened during time skip. Oh, there's one other thing. It's also revealed that Kuma visited Rayleigh at Shiki's bar. And then he's seen once again protecting the Straw Hat ship, the Thousand Sunny, along with the Rose Pirates. Which is interesting, but that's mostly later explored in the Return Fishman in the Fishman Island arc. Yep. But yeah, not much else to say these episodes. Good. So yeah, I was thinking of doing another review type, but I don't have much time to because I gotta go to bed soon because I gotta get up early in the morning. So I will be doing a Comic Corner tomorrow along with a review of the newest episode for Black Clover and the One Piece review. Okay, 26 video. Bye.